Hello, I'm Lily, and I'm excited to explore tiny snails that rule the deep sea. Rissoina is a large genus of minute sea snails, marine gastropod molluscs or micromolluscs in the family Rissoinidae. Strange and fascinating creatures inhabit the ocean's depths. And now we'll explore the incredible diversity of tiny snails that rule the deep sea according to the World Register of Marine Species, WORMS. The following species with valid are included within the genus Rissoina. Rissoina achatina odna. 1924, Rissoina achatinoides, Powell, 1937, Rissoina adamsi Barch, 1915, Rissoina elinana Ladd, 1966, Rissoina alabamensis Aldrich, 1895, Rissoina albaniana Turton, 1932, Rissoina albaezensis Packard, 2019, Rissoina albertensis lands in Russell and Lands, 1940, Rissoina alfredi Smith, 1904, Rissoina alternai Beats, 1942, Rissoina ambigua Good, 1849, Rissoina andamanica Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina angusae Peas, 1872, Rissoina angeli Espinosa and Ortia, 2002, Rissoina anguina Finlay, 1926, Rissoina angusta Preston, 1908, Rissoina Antoni Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina aplanata Melville, 1893, Rissoina artensis Montrusia, 1872, Rissoina aspera Faber, 2013, Rissoina assimilis Gikelli, 1882, Rissoina atomuviti Faber, 2018, Rissoina acharensis Kosman and Peyrot, 1919, Rissoina auperia Powell, 1937, Rissoina barbara Grabau and King, 1928, Rissoina barretti Morlet, 1885, Rissoina basisulcata Faber, 2018, Rissoina bastarotti Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina Bertholetti Issel, 1869, Rissoina bicalaris Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina bicaniensis Ladd, 1966, Rissoina bilinear Lazarin, 1956, Rissoina birests Lazarin, 1956, Rissoina Benetti Kosman, 1910, Rissoina Bauchetti Slurs, 1991, Rissoina Bouvieri Jousum, 1894, Rissoina Murciella Bozita Faber, 2015, Rissoina Brazieri Tennyson Woods, 1876, Rissoina Brixie Ladd, 1966, Rissoina Bruguieri Peridot, 1826, Rissoina Bulimina Olsen and Harbison, 1953, Rissoina Berdegalensis Daubigny, 1852, Rissoina Bury Kosman, 1919, Rissoina Bury Grabau and King, 1928, Rissoina Caballari Faber, 2018, Rissoina Calia Barch, 1915, Rissoina Canaliculata Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina Cardinalis Brazier, 1877, Rissoina Caribella Weisbord, 1962, Rissoina Catholica Melville and Standen, 1896, Rissoina Cerithiiformis Tryon, 1887, Rissoina cerosensis Barch, 1915, Rissoina chathamensis, Hutton, 1873, Rissoina chipoliana Dahl, 1892, Rissoina cincta Angers, 1867, Rissoina Clarksvalensis Mansfield, 1930, Rissoina clavula Deshays, 1825, Rissoina closi Morlet, 1885, Rissoina cochlearella Lamarck, 1804, Rissoina calaxis Lazarin, 1956, Rissoina coronadensis Barch, 1915, Rissoina coronata Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina costata A. Adams, 1853, Rissoina costatograноsa Garrett, 1873, Rissoina costulata Dunker, 1860, Rissoina costulifera Peas, 1862, Rissoina crassa Angers, 1871, Rissoina crassilabrum Garrett, 1857, Rissoina crenilabris Bocher, 1893, Rissoina Cretacea Tennyson Woods, 1878, Rissoina courtesy East. Smith, 1884, Rissoina debilis Garrett, 1873, Rissoina debussa Woodring, 1928, Rissoina decapitata, Lazarin, 1956, Rissoina delicatissima Rains, 2002, Rissoina delicatula Preston, 1905, Rissoina densiplicata Thiel, 1925, Rissoina deshesi Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina dimidiata Gikelli, 1882, Rissoina Murciella, Dimorpha Gaugerot, 1968, Rissoina Dina Barch, 1915, Rissoina distans Danton, 1839, Rissoina de Thomas Woodring, 1928, Rissoina Daubigny A. Adams, 1853, Rissoina duclosi Montrusia and Suvaby, 1866, Rissoina Dunedini Grabau and King, 1928, Rissoina dux Lazarin, 1956, Rissoina discreta Faber, 1990, Rissoina econana Ladd, 1966, Rissoina mnanana Ladd, 1966, Rissoina eulamoides A. Adams, 1854, Rissoina exculpa Barch, 1915, Rissoina exigua Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina expansa Carpenter, 1865, Rissoina Fargo Olsen and Harbison, 1953, Rissoina fasciata A. Adams, 1851, Rissoina favilla Barch, 1915, Rissoina fenestrata Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina ferruginea Headley, 1904, Rissoina ficta Finlay, 1930, Rissoina filicostata Preston, 1905, Rissoina fimbriata Suverby, 1872, Rissoina fishery Disjardin, 1949, Rissoina flexuosa Good, 1861, Rissoina fortis Seaby. Adams, 1852. Rissoina fraticulus Slurs and Priests, 1994, Rissoina fucosa Finlay, 1930, Rissoina funiculata Suverby, 1866, Rissoina gemia Headley, 1899, Rissoina Gertrudis Tennyson Woods, 1876, Rissoina gigantea Deshays, 1848, Rissoina gisna Barch, 1915, Rissoina giantellis Unino and Pavia, 2009, Rissoina goiculensis Ladd, 1966, Rissoina gracilis Garrett, 1873, Rissoina great lupi Bastarot, 1825, Rissoina guppy Kosman, 1921, Rissoina gutulata Faber, 2013, Rissoina Hanlai Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina Harry-Lee Roland and Fernandez Garcés, 2009, Rissoina Hartmanni Jordan, 1935, Rissoina Helena Barch, 1915, Rissoina Hernandezi Faber and Gorey, 2016, Rissoina heronensis Lazaran, 1956, Rissoina herosi Palmia, 2017, Rissoina heringi Ladd, 1966, Rissoina hohenegeri Asher, 1906, Rissoina honoluluensis Watson, 1886, Rissoina haudasi Kosman, 1892, Rissoina hummelinki Jong and Kumans, 1988, Rissoina humpa Chang and Wu, 2004, Rissoina illustris G. B. Sowerby III, 1894, Rissoina imbricata Good, 1861, Rissoina Inca d'Aubigny, 1840, Rissoina incerta Suverby, 1872, Rissoina indica G. Neville, 1885, Rissoina indiscreta Leal and Moore, 1989, Rissoina inermis Brazier, 1877, Rissoina Io Barch, 1915, Rissoina Iodele Lazaran, 1950, Rissoina irregularis Faber, 2018, Rissoina isolata Lazaran, 1956, Rissoina isosceles Melville and Standen, 1903, Rissoina Jaffa Cotton, 1952, Rissoina jeffersiensis Tomlin, 1931, Rissoina Jicale Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina Giricana Ladd, 1966, Rissoina Johnsoni Dahl, 1892, Rissoina Jonkeri Koperberg, 1931, Rissoina Juncia Gardner, 1947, Rissoina Keeney Smith and Gordon, 1948, Rissoina Kilburney Slurs, 1993, Rissoina Krebsii Murch, 1876, Rissoina labrosa Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina lamalosa Desmoulins, 1836, Rissoina lanotensis Loswit, 2011, Rissoina larche Finlay, 1930, Rissoina lata Traub, 1981, Rissoina Laurie de Follin, 1870, Rissoina lalti Pop Tagaro and Stahlschmidt, 2015, Rissoina limicola Faber, 2013, Rissoina Liriope Olsen and Harbison, 1953, Rissoina Lomalona Ladd, 1966, Rissoina longispira Slurs, 1991, Rissoina longistriata Palmia, 2017, Rissoina Luthui Chang and Wu, 2004, Rissoina lyrata Good, 1861, Rissoina madagascariensis Faber, 2018, Rissoina majuparensis Beats, 1986, Rissoina maestrata Faber, 2013, Rissoina Manawatohia Powell, 1937, Rissoina Murciella Manzakiana Yokohama, 1922, Rissoina Mary Dahl, 1927, Rissoina Mazatlanica Barch, 1915, Rissoina Megellana Ladd, 1966, Rissoina Melanaloids Baker, Hanna and Strong, 1930, Rissoina Mercurialis Watson, 1886, Rissoina Meteorus Gophers, 2007, Rissoina Mexicana Barch, 1915, Rissoina Mickens A. Adams, 1851, Rissoina millicostata Garrett, 1873, Rissoina Mergemi Faber and Gorey, 2016, Rissoina mississippiensis Mayer, 1886, Rissoina modesta Good, 1861, Rissoina monolifera G. Neville, 1885, Rissoina monolis A. Adams, 1851, Rissoina Montagui Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina multicostata C.B. Adams, 1850, Rissoina multilinita Turton, 1932, Rissoina myosaurids Rakles in Schwartz, 1864, Rissoina nelsoni Grabau and King, 1928, Rissoina neptes Faber, 2013, Rissoina neveliana Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina nielseni Lazaran, 1950, Rissoina nitida A. Adams, 1851, Rissoina nivea A. Adams, 1853, Rissoina obliscus Schwartz, 1860, Rissoina ochinensis Slurs, 1993, Rissoina ulitensis Faber, 2017 Rissoina opalia faber, 2013 Rissoina ottohymicus suge, 1965 Rissoina oryza Garrett, 1873 Rissoina ovalis Chang and Wu, 2004 Rissoina pachystoma Melville, 1896 Rissoina parkeri Olsen and Harbison, 1953 Rissoina pisana Weinkorf, 1881 Rissoina pellucida Preston, 1905 Rissoina peninsularis Barch, 1915 Rissoina percrassa G. Neville and H. Neville, 1874 Rissoina plestosna Barch, 1915 Rissoina plicata A. Adams, 1853 Rissoina plicatula Good, 1861 Rissoina polita Deshays, 1825 Rissoina Powelli Finlay, 1930 Rissoina praesida Lazarin, 1956 Rissoina privati Follin, 1867 Rissoina pseudoprinceps Weinkorf, 1884 Rissoina pulchella Brazier, 1877 Rissoina punctatissima Tate, 1899 Rissoina puncticulata Deshays, 1861 Rissoina punctastriata Talavera, 1975 Rissoina puntagordana Weisbord, 1962 Rissoina pusilla Brockite Rissoina pygmea Kosman, 1888 Rissoina pyramidalis A. Adams, 1851 Rissoina pyrgus Woodring, 1928 Rissoina quasalis Melville and Standen, 1896 Rissoina quasimodo Faber, 2013 Rissoina raincourti Kosman, 1885 Rissoina redfini Espinosa and Ortia, 2002 Rissoina registomoids Melville and Standen, 1903 Rissoina relensis Gatliff and Gabriel, 1908 Rissoina ralbana Ladd, 1966 Rissoina ris Weinkorf, 1885 ex Orduin, Rissoina rituola Woodring, 1928 Rissoina rabini Palmia, 2017 Rissoina Rayana Iredale, 1924 Rissoina sagreana Daubigny, 1842 Rissoina scalariana A. Adams, 1853 Rissoina scalariformis Seaby. Adams, 1852 Rissoina Skeptrum regis Melville and Standen, 1901 Rissoina Schubeli Slurs and Priest, 1994 Rissoina Scolopax Suverby, 1877 Rissoina sculptilis Garrett, 1873 Rissoina sculpturata Preston, 1908 Rissoina semidicasata Bocher, 1901 Rissoina semistriata Lamarck, 1804 Rissoina simplicissima Thiel, 1925 Rissoina sismondiana Issel, 1869 Rissoina Smith Angers, 1867 Rissoina Sora Slurs, 1994 Rissoina spiralis Suverby, 1866 Rissoina spirata Sowerby GB. 1820 Rissoina spirata Montruseri, Suverby, 1862 inches Suverby and Montrusier, 1859-79, Rissoina striata Coy and Gaymard, 1833, Rissoina stricta Menck, 1850, Rissoina strigulata Good, 1861, Rissoina styraniis Unino and Pavia, 2009, Rissoina subagathostoma Gaugerot and Le Renard, 1978, Rissoina subcancina Suverby and Montrusier, 1872, Rissoina subdebilis Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina subfuniculata Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina submercurialis Yokohama, 1920, Rissoina subulina Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina subvilica Weinkorf, 1881, Rissoina sundaica Thiel, 1925, Rissoina taiwanica Chang and Wu, 2004, Rissoina tenustriata Peas, 1868, Rissoina terebra Garrett, 1873, Rissoina thatcheria Chang and Wu, 2004, Rissoina tibison Melville, 1912, Rissoina tunganensis Wendea Chen, 2008, Rissoina tornatilis Good, 1861, Rissoina torresiana Lazarin, 1956, Rissoina townsendi Barch, 1915, Rissoina triangularis Watson, 1886, Rissoina tricoronata Morris and Lycett, 1851, Rissoina trilorata P. J. Fisher, 1921, Rissoina tumidula Lycett, 1863, Rissoina tutangensis Harjorsa, Raven and Landor, 2018, Rissoina usitata Lazarin, 1950, Rissoina vanderspoli Jong and Kumans, 1988, Rissoina vangothimorum Slurs, 1994, Rissoina variegata Angers, 1867, Rissoina villica Good, 1861, Rissoina vincentiana Cotton, 1952, Rissoina vittata Gardner, 1947, Rissoina walkeri East. A. Smith, 1893, Rissoina walluensis Ladd, 1966, Rissoina weinkofiana Neville, 1881, Rissoina woodmasoniana G. Neville, 1885, Rissoina zeltneri de Follin, 1867, Rissoina zanata Suter, 1909, Rissoina zonula Melville and Standen, 1896. The Indo-Pacific Molluscan Database also includes many more species with names in current use. Subgenus Phocynella Rissoina burdigalensis daubigny, 1852, Rissoina dunkeriana, Kuroda and Habe in Habe, 1961. Subgenus Rissoina purpusilla Neville, 1884, Rissoina rosea deshays, 1863. Rissoina abbati Ladd, 1966. Synonym of Zebinella abbati, Ladd, 1866. Rissoina abnormis G. Neville and H. Neville, 1875. Synonym of Stossitia abnormis G. Neville and H. Neville, 1875. Rissoina abradi, Ladd, 1966. Synonym of Aelinzabina abradi, Ladd, 1966. Rissoina adamsiana Weinkorf, 1881. Synonym of Zebina adamsiana Weinkorf, 1881. Rissoina affinis Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Zebinella tenustriata Pease, 1868. Rissoina alarconi Hertlein and Strong, 1951. Synonym of Zebinella alarconi, Hertlein and A. M. Strong, 1951. Rissoina alexisi Ladd, 1966. Synonym of Phocynella didra Lazarin, 1956. Junior synonym, Rissoina alleni Lazarin, 1950. Synonym of Phocynella alleni, Lazarin, 1950. Rissoina illimani Barch, 1931. Synonym of Zebinella illimani Barch, 1931. Rissoina aim Woodring, 1928. Synonym of Zebinella aim Woodring, 1928. Rissoina angulata, Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Zebinella angulata, Lazarin, 1956. Rissoina angusta, Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Pyramidaloids angustus, Headley, 1898. Rissoina annulata Dunker, 1859. Synonym of Stossitia annulata Dunker, 1859. Rissoina annulata Hutton, 1884. Synonym of Etoniella olivacea, Hutton, 1882. Rissoina axillana Hertlein and Strong, 1951. Synonym of Zebina axillana Hertlein and Strong, 1951. Rissoina baculum pastoris Melville and Standen, 1896. Synonym of Pyramidaloids baculum pastoris, Melville and Standen, 1896. Rissoina Baccheri Barch, 1915. Synonym of Schwartziella Baccheri Barch, 1902. Rissoina Bartholowi Barch, 1915. Synonym of Zebinella Bartholowi Barch, 1915. Rissoina Bellarda Issel, 1869. Synonym of Pyramidaloids Mirandus A. Adams, 1861. Rissoina bellula A. Adams, 1851. Synonym of Phocynella bellula A. Adams, 1851. Rissoina bermudensis Pale, 1926. Synonym of Schwartziella Briarea Montagu, 1803. Rissoina Berry Baker Hannah and Strong, 1930. Synonym of Cuthriella menisthoides, Carpenter, 1864. Rissoina bilabiata Boettcher, 1893. Synonym of Schwartziella bilabiata Boettcher, 1893. Rissoina birests, Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Rissoina plicatula Good, 1861. Rissoina Bauge Bave, 1917. Synonym of Stossitia Bauge Bave, 1917. Rissoina browniana daubigny, 1842. Synonym of Zebina browniana daubigny, 1842. Rissoina bruguiere Peridot, 1826. Synonym of Rissoina bruguiere Peridot, 1826. Rissoina briarea Montagu, 1803. Synonym of Schwartziella briarea Montagu, 1803. Rissoina burrage Barch, 1915. Synonym of Schwartziella burrage Barch, 1915. Rissoina caelata, Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Rissoina striata, Quoyan Gaymard, 1833. Rissoina californica Barch, 1915. Synonym of Schwartziella californica Barch, 1915. Rissoina cancellata Philippi, 1847. Synonym of Phocynella cancellata, Philippi, 1847. Rissoina cancellina Roland and Fernandez Garcés, 2010. Synonym of Phocynella cancellina Roland and Fernandez Garcés, 2010. Phocynella accepted as full genus. Rissoina carpentariensis Headley, 1912. Synonym of Iravadia carpentariensis, Headley, 1912. Rissoina castanogramma Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Phocynella castanogramma Garrett, 1873. Rissoina clandestina C.B. Adams, 1852. Synonym of Schwartziella clandestina C.B. Adams, 1852. Rissoina clathrata A. Adams, 1853. Synonym of Phocynella clathrata A. Adams, 1853. Rissoina Cleo Barch, 1915. Synonym of Schwartziella Cleo Barch, 1915. Rissoina cochlearina Munier in Munier and Lambert, 1880. Synonym of Zebinella cochlearina, Munier, 1880. Rissoina columen Melville, 1904. Synonym of Chevaleria columen Melville, 1904. Rissoina consina Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Rissoina Ivanida G. Neville and H. Neville, 1874. Rissoina congenita East. A. Smith, 1890. Synonym of Schwartziella congenita E. A. Smith 1890, Rissoina canica C. B. Adams 1850. Synonym of Vitriolina canica C. B. Adams 1850, Rissoina canifera Montagu 1803. Synonym of Phocynella canifera Montagu 1803, Rissoina constantinensis Kosman and Pissarro 1902. Synonym of Zebinella constantinensis, Kosman and Pissarro 1902, Rissoina costatogranosa Garrett 1873. Synonym of Phocynella costatogranosa Garrett 1873, Rissoina costulata Pease 1867. Synonym of Rissoina serithioformis Tryon 1887, Rissoina coulthardi Webster 1908. Synonym of Noseborough marginata Hutton 1885, Rissoina sciatha Lazaran 1956. Synonym of Phocynella sciatha Lazaran 1956, Rissoina cylindrica Bazzetti 2009. Synonym of Rissoina moachiella bozzatai Faber 2015. Synonym of Moachiella bozzatai Faber 2015, Rissoina cylindracea Tennyson Woods 1878. Synonym of Epigrus cylindraceus Tennyson Woods 1878, Rissoina decipiens East. A. Smith 1890. Synonym of Schwartziella briarea Montagu 1803, Rissoina dicassata Montagu 1803. Synonym of Zebinella dicassata Montagu 1803, Rissoina deshesiana Raiklers 1843. Synonym of Phocynella deshesiana Raiklers 1843, Rissoina decipiens Lazaran 1956. Synonym of Schwartziella briarea Montagu 1803, Rissoina dicassata Montagu 1803. Synonym of Zebinella dicassata Montagu 1803, Rissoina dicassata var. Planata Dall 1892. Synonym of Zebinella planata Dall 1892, Rissoina detrita Bocher 1893. Synonym of Rissoina d'Aubigny A. Adams 1851, Rissoina dimidiata Gicelli 1882. Synonym of Rissoina d'Aubigny A. Adams 1851, Rissoina didra Lazaran 1956. Synonym of Phocynella didra Lazaran 1956, Rissoina effecata Brazier 1877. Synonym of Rissoina Antoni Schwartz 1860, Rissoina effusa Murch 1860. Synonym of Schwartziella effusa, Murch 1860, Rissoina Eleonori Bocher 1901. Synonym of Zebinella Eleonori Bocher 1901, Rissoina elevata Lazaran 1956. Synonym of Phocynella elevata Lazaran 1956, Rissoina elegantissima d'Aubigny 1842. Synonym of Aelinzabina elegantissima d'Aubigny 1842, Rissoina elegantula Angers 1880. Synonym of Zebinella elegantula, Angers 1880, Rissoina Elspethy Melville 1910. Synonym of Chevalieria Columen Melville 1904, Rissoina emina Lazaran 1956. Synonym of Phocynella emina Lazaran 1956, Rissoina entels Melville and Standen 1896. Synonym of Rissoina imbricata Good 1861, Rissoina effamella Watson 1886, Sensu Lazaran 1956. Synonym of Schwartziella effamilla Watson 1886, Rissoina effamilla Watson 1886. Synonym of Schwartziella effamilla Watson 1886, Rissoina ericana Hertlein and Strong 1951. Synonym of Phellinia ericana Hertlein and Strong 1951, Rissoina eucosmia Barch 1915. Synonym of Pyramideloides Mirandus A. Adams 1861, Rissoina Evanida Neville 1874. Synonym of Zebinella Evanida G. Neville and H. Neville 1881, Rissoina exasperata Suvabi 1866. Synonym of Phocynella exasperata Suvabi 1866, Rissoina expansa Carpenter 1865, Non-Deshays 1861. Synonym of Zebinella dilatata Faber 2017, Rissoina firmata C. B. Adams 1852. Synonym of Schwartziella firmata C. B. Adams 1852, Rissoina floridana Olson, A.A. and A. Harbison 1953. Synonym of Schwartziella floridana, Olson, A.A. and A. Harbison 1953, Rissoina gemmia Headley 1899. Synonym of Phocynella gemmia, Headley 1899, Rissoina gemmulata Turton 1932. Synonym of Pyramideloides Mirandus A. Adams 1861, Rissoina Harpry Dortzenberg and Bauge 1933. Synonym of Rissoina serithioformis Tryon 1887, Rissoina headlightate 1899. Synonym of Stossicia headlightate 1899, Rissoina heleni East. A. Smith 1890. Synonym of Schwartziella heleni E. A. Smith 1890, Rissoina hetrolera Laws 1941. Synonym of Zebinella hetrolera Laws 1941, Rissoina hischa Barch 1915. Synonym of Phollinia hiscia, Barch, 1915. Rissoina horrida, Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Costabietta horrida, Garrett, 1873. Rissoina hungerfordiana, Weinkorf, 1881. Synonym of Phocynella hungerfordiana, Weinkorf, 1881. Rissoina hystrix suvabi, 1877. Synonym of Pyramidyloids mirandus, A. Adams, 1861. Rissoina infratincta, Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Phocynella infratincta, Garrett, 1873. Rissoina insolita deshays, 1863. Synonym of Pyramidyloids mirandus, A. Adams, 1861. Rissoina interfossa, pp. Carpenter, 1864. Synonym of Lyribitium interfossa, pp. Carpenter, 1864. Rissoina genus, C.B. Adams, 1852. Synonym of Zebinella genus, C.B. Adams, 1852. Rissoina japonica, Weinkorf, 1881. Synonym of Zebina japonica, Weinkorf, 1881. Rissoina kestiveni, Headley, 1907. Synonym of Heawardia kestiveni, Headley, 1907. Rissoina lita, Preston, 1908. Synonym of Rissoina artensis montrusia, 1872. Rissoina levicostulata, Pillsbury, 1904. Synonym of Rissoina plicatula, Good, 1861. Rissoina lamberti suvabi, 1870. Synonym of Rissoina Antoni Schwartz, 1860. Rissoina lankensis, Preston, 1905. Synonym of Rissoina Antoni Schwartz, 1860. Rissoina lapizana, Barch, 1915. Synonym of Lyrabalia kelski, Dahl and Barch, 1902. Rissoina lepida, Woodring, 1928. Synonym of Murrah Rissoina lepida, Woodring, 1928. Rissoina leucophanes, Tomlin, 1931. Synonym of Schwartziella leucophanes, Tomlin, 1931. Rissoina lyrata, Carpenter, 1857. Synonym of Lyrabalia lyrata, Carpenter, 1857. Rissoina logue, Strong, 1938. Synonym of Lyrabalia kelski, Dahl and Barch, 1902. Rissoina media, Schwartz, 1860. Synonym of Phocynella media, Schwartz, 1860. Rissoina mijana, Ladd, 1966. Synonym of Zebinella mijana, Ladd, 1866. Rissoina miltazona, Tomlin, 1915. Synonym of Rissoina serithioformis, Tryon, 1887. Synonym of Apataxia serithioformis, Tryon, 1887. Rissoina minuta, Gab, 1873. Synonym of Zebinella minuta, Gab, 1873. Rissoina minutissima, Tennyson Woods, 1878. Synonym of Pseudorissoina perexigus, Tate and May, 1900. Rissoina mirabilis, Weinkorf, 1881. Synonym of Stossicea mirabilis, Weinkorf, 1881. Rissoina Miranda, A. Adams, 1861. Synonym of Pyramidyloids mirandus, A. Adams, 1861. Rissoina mohlendorfi, O. Bocher, 1893. Synonym of Zebinella mohlendorfi, Bocher, 1893. Rissoina murrenstoni deshays, 1863. Synonym of Zebinella murrenstoni deshays, 1863. Rissoina montruseri suvabi, 1862. Synonym of Rissoina d'Aubigny, A. Adams, 1851. Rissoina multicostata, Garrett, 1857. Synonym of Rissoina costulifera Pease, 1862. Rissoina nerina, Barch, 1915. Synonym of Schwartziella nerina, Barch, 1915. Rissoina nesiotes, Melville and Standen, 1896. Synonym of Rissoina spiralis suvabi, 1866. Rissoina newcomeae Dahl, 1897. Synonym of Schwartziella newcomeae Dahl, 1897. Rissoina nitida, A. Adams, 1853. Synonym of Phocynella nitida, A. Adams, 1853. Rissoina nodicincta, A. Adams, 1853. Synonym of Phocynella nodicincta, A. Adams, 1853. Rissoina olivacea Hutton, 1884. Synonym of Etoniella olivacea Hutton, 1882. Rissoina onsera Woodring, 1957. Synonym of Phocynella onsera, Woodring, 1957. Rissoina onobiformis, Relan and Luke, 2000. Synonym of Alinzabina onobiformis, Relan and Luke, 2000. Rissoina Aubigny. Synonym of Rissoina d'Aubigny, A. Adams, 1851. Rissoina ossitans, Preston, 1905. Synonym of Irivadia delicata, Philippi, 1849. Rissoina pinula, Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Phocynella pinula, Lazarin, 1956. Rissoina paschalis, Melville and Standen, 1901. Synonym of Stossicea paschalis, Melville and Standen, 1901. Rissoina perita slurs, 1992. Synonym of Rissoina evanida, Lazarin, 1956. Rissoina formis, Melville, 1904. Synonym of Phocynella formis, Melville, 1904. Rissoina polytropa Headley, 1899. Synonym of Stossicea mirabilis, Weinkorf, 1881. Rissoina Portree Baker, Hannah and Strong, 1930. Synonym of Schwartziella F. Miller Watson, 1886. Rissoina proposterum Berry, 1958. Synonym of Zebina proposterum Berry, 1958. Rissoina princeps C. B. Adams, 1850. Synonym of Zebinella princeps C. B. Adams, 1850. Rissoina pseudoconsona Neville, 1885. Synonym of Stoecia mirabilis, Weinkorf, 1881. Rissoina pseudoescalaris Melville and Standen, 1901. Synonym of Opalia pseudoescalaris, Melville and Standen, 1901. Rissoina pulchra C. B. Adams, 1850. Synonym of Phocynella pulchra C. B. Adams, 1850. Rissoina pura Good, 1861. Synonym of Phocynella pura Good, 1861. Rissoina refugium Melville, 1918. Synonym of Chiliostigma refugium, Melville, 1918. Rissoina reticosa Thiel, 1925. Synonym of Phocynella reticosa Thiel, 1925. Rissoina reticulata GB. Sowerby I, 1824. Synonym of Moachiella reticulata GB. Sowerby I, 1833. Moachiella accepted as genus. Rissoina rex Pillsbury, 1904. Synonym of Mormula rex Pillsbury, 1904. Rissoina samoensis Weinkorf, 1881. Synonym of Stoecia abnormis G. Neville and H. Neville, 1875. Rissoina scabra Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Phocynella scabra Garrett, 1873. Rissoina schmackeri Boettcher, 1887. Synonym of Phocynella schmackeri Boettcher, 1887. Rissoina segenziana Issel, 1869. Synonym of Phocynella segenziana, Issel, 1869. Rissoina semisculpta Tate, 1899. Synonym of Rissoina Antoni Schwartz, 1860. Rissoina sigmifer Murch, 1876. Synonym of Zebinella sigmifer Murch, 1876. Rissoina signi Barch, 1915. Synonym of Pholinia signi Barch, 1915. Rissoina smithii Tryon, 1887. Synonym of Etoniella caliginosa, E. A. Smith, 1875. Rissoina sincera Melville and Standen, 1896. Synonym of Phocynella sincera Melville and Standen, 1896. Rissoina Stephency Baker Hannah and Strong, 1930. Synonym of Diala Stephency Baker Hannah and Strong, 1930. Rissoina striatocostata Daubigny, 1842. Synonym of Zebinella striatocostata Daubigny, 1842. Rissoina striatula Peas, 1867. Synonym of Rissoina imbricata Good, 1861. Rissoina striolata A. Adams, 1851. Synonym of Moachiella striolata A. Adams, 1853. Rissoina striosa C. B. Adams, 1850. Synonym of Zebinella striosa C. B. Adams, 1850. Rissoina sumatrensis Thiel, 1925. Synonym of Phocynella sumatrensis Thiel, 1925. Rissoina supracostata Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Rissoina artensis Montruzia, 1872. Rissoina teres Brazier, 1877. Synonym of Phocynella teres Brazier, 1877. Rissoina thormasia Melville and Standen, 1898. Synonym of Rissoina Antoni Schwartz, 1860. Rissoina Tomlini Bave, 1917. Synonym of Aelin Zabina Tomlini Bave, 1917. Rissoina Townsendi Barch, 1915. Synonym of Zebinella Townsendi Barch, 1915. Rissoina Triticia Peas, 1861. Synonym of Schwartziella Triticia Peas, 1861. Rissoina Trochlearis Good, 1861. Synonym of Stoecia annulata Dunker, 1859. Rissoina truncata Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Pandalosia subformata O. Boettcher, 1887. Rissoina turricula Peas, 1860. Synonym of Rissoina costata A. Adams, 1851. Rissoina turrita Garrett, 1873. Synonym of Tomlinella insignis Adams and Reeve, 1850. Rissoina turtoni East. A. Smith, 1890. Synonym of Schwartziella turtoni, E. A. Smith, 1890. Rissoina ultima Lazarin, 1956. Synonym of Phocynella ultima Lazarin, 1956. Rissoina vampelli de Jong and Koemans, 1988. Synonym of Schwartziella vampelli de Jong and Koemans, 1988. Rissoina viadri Tomlin, 1939. Synonym of Pyramidaloids Angustus Headley, 1898. Rissoina villica Good, 1861. Synonym of Rissoina Antoni Schwartz, 1860. Rissoina Warnefordier Preston, 1908. Synonym of Phocynella Warnefordier Preston, 1908. Rissoina Woodwardier Carpenter, 1857. Synonym of Schwartziella Woodwardier Carpenter, 1857. Rissoina Yenda Yokohama, 1927. Synonym of Irivadia Yenda Yokohama, 1927. Rissoina Zeltneri de Follin, 1867. Synonym of Zebinella zeltneri de Follin, 1867, Rissoina zeltneri var. Pormatuensis couturier, 1907. Synonym of Zebinella pormatuensis couturier, 1907. Nomina dubia Rissoina boltita Ps, 1869, Rissoina erythrea philippi, 1851. Rissoina grandis philippi, 1847. These miniature molluscs have carved out a surprisingly dominant role in the ocean's darkest depths.